Yes, so I've started the recording. Uh, yeah, Abigail. So,
Innovation is taking two things that already exist and putting them together in a new way. Tom Festin. Good afternoon, respected teachers and my fellow participants. I, Abigail Vego, on behalf of the Institute Innovation Council NUCSAR, extend a warm welcome to all present here. Pitch Innovation is a small initiative towards providing a platform for students to tap into their innovative minds and explore the unknown. It all begins with an idea. Before we proceed with the program, I request our director, Professor Dr. Anirban Chakraborty, to please address the gathering.
Thanks, Abigail. Thanks to all the young innovators who have joined today and who are going to showcase their innovation or the idea that they have. First of all, I think I must thank the Institution Innovation Council of the University for the initiative, and of course to our colleagues, Dr. Sudarshan, who is the coordinator, and Abigail, who is the student coordinator of the Student Innovation Club of the institution. I believe this is the first of its kind that we are doing, and I guess there are going to be a lot more in the days to come. A very apt topic, very important activity. We should have had many of these already by now, but it's a good beginning. And I think for a course where we are focused in, I think the focus on innovation and creativity, I think these are very important for a course such as ours. Innovation, incubator, startups, Bionest, skill development. These are some of the key words these days. And I think the ability of an institution of a university to cater to all of this, or to create a platform, or to create a environment conducive for these kind of activities, I think decides on where the university stands. And I guess towards that, our university has taken the right step forward, and they have taken this up very seriously. And the fact that the Institution Innovation Council has been formed, and there have been so many activities so already that have been conducted, reflects the intent, reflects the seriousness at which the university is looking at it. And I'm sure all the stakeholders, including the students, faculty, staff, I think everyone is going to benefit from this. I think if we talk about innovation, there has been a kind of a drastic change that has been brought in by the government of India in the form of new education policy. And it will not be out of place to mention about this policy and how innovation and research is being given prime importance, particularly in the higher education institutions. If you look at the new education policy, I think sometimes back I had a request from the Institution Innovation Council to give a write-up on the importance of research on in the framework of the new education policy. And while going through that, I think when I was going through the policy, one thing that struck me was, it was quite aptly put. So the new education policy, the motto of this policy is not only about learning, but also about learning how to learn. So I think there is a quantum shift there. And I believe the focus has been made quite a bit on developing the creative potential of students. And activities like this, activities that we are having today, and the activities that we have had so far, we had quite a few ideas, and I think there is something which is going to, I think the advertisement was done sometimes back. A lot of efforts are going in towards that direction. So in the new education policy, I think the higher education institutions are mandatorily required to create that ecosystem, to create that opportunity for students to think differently, students to think creatively. And of course, the fact that every institution or every university is looking forward to these activities um, means that I think India is really looking towards innovation. Of course, we take great pride in saying that we are the largest pharmaceutical manufacturer in the country, but the copyright belongs to somebody else. The patent belongs to someone else. We are just producing that based on the recipe that we are getting from the parent company. Similarly, for the generic drugs that we are producing, none of them belong to us particularly, except for that we are producing and we are getting the license to produce that under the GMP facility and so on. One great example could be that everyone talks about Covaxin and many other indigenous vaccines that have come up. But if you look at other discoveries or innovations, I think we at India, I think we are probably following the concept of Me Too. I think we need to shift from Me Too to as being the first one in the world to develop something. There are quite a few things, and I believe discoveries happen by chance. Innovation doesn't happen by chance. Innovation is out of necessity, and that necessity is where we look at things differently. And towards that, I think the council and the club today is taking one step towards this identifying the necessity and giving a solution to it. And they have termed it aptly as a pitch innovation. As we know, within a short frame of time, within a limited time, how effectively you showcase your innovation, how effectively you impress the judges, how effectively you highlight the potential of your innovation or the idea. Maybe some of these are not even at the stage of innovation. Probably these are rough ideas or sketches on the rough book, but still, I think these can be translated into products or processes in future. And I think it is a wonderful initiative. I congratulate Sudarshan and the entire team for this initiative. And I'm sure I'm told there are about 10 teams who are participating today. And I wish all of them the very best. Of course, there are prizes, but then prizes are not to be considered as yardsticks for participation. I think the spirit of participation is more important than winning prizes. How you showcase yourself to the best way possible, and then leave it to the learned people to decide whether you are deserving of a prize or not. But then, even if you don't win a prize, it's still an achievement for you that you have managed to showcase your ideas. So I think there are 10 presentations, and I don't want to take too much of time. Thanks for making me a part of this activity, and I wish everyone all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. The guidelines for the competition are as follows. Each participant will be given a total of 10 minutes, 3 minutes for their presentation and 7 minutes for discussion. The participants must present their topic with a PowerPoint presentation in a single slide, and they can choose any of the following categories: biotechnology, food technology, nanobiomaterials, biosensors, terraforming, artificial intelligence, and global warming alleviation. The innovation can be presented as a design, idea, process with handmade drawings, but they must be strictly original. So I now request Dr. Sudarshan to please introduce the judge panel.
Yeah, thank you, Abigail. And thank you, Anirban sir, for your all the support and motivation. So this is the first initiative which we are going to do that. And of course, there are 11 participants, so 11 teams, in fact. And they must have done the hard work, and today within short time, in fact, and they are going to present here. And we have selected the judges from different areas of their expertise. We have with us Dr. Ramya. We have who's the faculty of our Nuksar, and Dr. Anurag, then Dr. Krishna, Dr. Arshdeep, Dr. Akshat, Dr. Febi. All are from different backgrounds, say from food, nanobiotechnology, microbiology, biotechnology, and all other different fields, and who are going to evaluate your presentation. And of course, they have their experience in research, innovation, and the criteria which we have selected, as rightly mentioned by Abigail, is based on the originality, the feasibility, that you have to it should be feasible, that whatever you are presenting, that is it feasible or not. That means it should not be any imaginative thing, based on the technicality, how technically they are sound. Then if the process or product which are there, then the cost effectiveness of this product, of course, that is one of the must criteria nowadays, that any innovation, you may be modifying the innovation, then the cost effectiveness comes first. Then of course the presenting skills, that how well you present about your topic. And these are the main criteria. And last but one, I think also whether our judge panel, how they are interested in investing in your innovation. That is also, we have put one more criteria for that, for the judging. And all these criteria will add up to 100 marks, and based on that we'll give the first and second prize. And then also all the participants, in fact, they are going to receive the participation certificate also. uh, so I think, yeah, now I think we can start the presentation, starting from, I think, Abigail, can you just move ahead?
Yes, sir. So, all the best to all the participants. And we have first, our first contestant is Rasik Dakal. He's from third year BSc. Rasik, are you there?
Really? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Rasik, you are audible.
Can I start?
Yes, yes, please start.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rasik from third year BC to present my idea. It's a AI guided personalized medical assistance, and that has a global medical database. So this is the outline of my idea. It's an interactive software as well as website, and in future we can add a devices to monitor other biomarkers. It has apps where it's a wearable, and majority is a card and apps. That's the major thing that I'm focusing on, and it stores the medical information on a global scale. I want this to reach in the global scale, and so that whenever we go to other hospital, other countries, then we can skip the bureaucratic process, and we can speed up the medical checkup process. And we use the machine learning oriented assistance through hospitals and clinic recommendation by doctors by looking at the patient information. So it provides assistance as well from doctors as well as machine learning or AI. So yeah, even doctors can access to the data by validation of information from patients and upload the diagnosis and test details, like whatever test they do in hospital, and whatever the patient have data, they are confirmed by doctors, so that the data what is uploaded is original. And only the authorized hospitals and clinics is allowed to put the data, so that the data will be original and can be, it will be a good data for, you can take it to everywhere globally. And patient also they provide their own data like physical information, personal information, disease, past disease, and patches, watch information like from Apple Watch. You have like heart rate, exercise, all that is again confirmed by hospital and clinic, but patient also can enter. And all this information is secured by patient's biometrics, either fingerprint or eye scanning, as well as they will have their own card which they can swipe or they can tap in so that the information will load up immediately. We also can collaborate with different wearables like K Watch, PK Vitality, that is a company which produces watch that has like automatic blood testing inside the watch that has all the data stored. So that also can be uh, validated by hospitals, and that will go back to the software to store. So AI, and the AI also provides a prognosis. In this case, they will provide a prognosis by using machine learning or deep learning to evaluate the patient profile or and then see the past infection, and then they provide the prognosis before the doctor's diagnosis. But doctor will give diagnosis, but just for a faster purpose, they will give a prognosis. And we'll approach the regulatory bodies regionally, or later we'll move on to the global regulators like WHO or something. First, we'll go regional, district wise, state wise, nationwide. Then only verified institutes data is taken for assistance. Later in future, maybe we can go through platform for doctors and patient to interact, and they'll provide appointment time, recalculate the previous patient records, and then they'll standardize the appointment time, and doctors and patient can interact with each other. We can commercialize this through accessories production like a watch, a card, or a patch, anything that medical devices, and remuneration from hospitals per appointment through the software. And pharmaceutical companies, they can give their drug recommendation according to the patient necessity, and it can lead to maybe it can lead to the e-commerce merged website later. You can pharmaceutical can sell their drugs, and then doctors can give, like they can vote, like doctors all around the world, they can vote on the drug which is best for their patient. Like it's an interactive social media kind of thing for all the doctors. It's all validated by big regulatory bodies. It should be. And we can we can generate more capital through premium plans for a high income region, in the area of high income region like metropolis and financial hubs. So that's how the idea that I'm trying to present. Thank you.
Judges, you may now ask your questions.
Any questions? Yeah.
This is under which category? Artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
You said only in selected hospitals. If it would be in all the hospitals, if you can cover all the hospitals in a particular region, I find it more useful.
Yeah, no, all the hospitals will be there, but some hospitals are verified by the regulatory bodies. So all the hospitals should go under that the regulatory bodies guideline. So we have to create a good data now. So good hospitals that have been approved by the regulatory bodies, they can start, like they will be verified, so they will be prioritized. But other hospitals also can give data. I'm not saying they can't give data; they can give data, but the priority will be given to the approved ones, because data can be faked, and that all problem will be there. So that should be taken care of.
And do you think it will be cost effective?
In what sense?
No, you mean to say the cars and all those things, biometric, will it be cost effective?
Yeah, it will be cost effective. People, um, since time is conserved, and then people get the idea from by sitting in the internet only. They get the idea. They don't have to travel to the faraway hospital. Like if I told the platform for doctors and patients, if they use that, they don't have to travel all the way there and then meet with the doctors, do a diagnosis, stay there for a couple of days, and then buy a drug. If you stay at home, you get the diagnosis there and there. then your financials will be safe, like better than the in person.
But Rasi, how the financial will be saved? Like doctor will take fees now.
Sorry.
How like financial will be saved? Like
Yeah,
you
financially, yeah. So patient can take appointment through this software.
yes.
So we'll take remuneration from the hospitals or clinic whenever they get appointment through our app to that
Hmm.
hospital. So the capital generation will be through there.
But what is the need for that? They can take appointment and all this on phone calls
Yeah,
also.
it's
No?
time like saving the time. And whenever, like for example, if people go from here to abroad, like other countries, the
Yeah.
bureaucratic process that takes time, like long time, so that you can skip that process whenever there is a certified global database on the medical history of the patient.
How the poorer section, Rasik?
Sorry, ma'am?
Poor people, they go to government hospitals. So how about them? Did you think about them?
Yeah, government hospitals, we are trying the premium plans for income regions so that we can compensate for the poorer region. So we'll balance the budget in that way. Those people, they have almost most of them have phones. So in the phones, there will be app and the QR code. So if they don't need card, they don't have to buy a card. They have QR code for those people. So they can just show the QR card and that will show their full database.
Rasik, it's a nice idea. There are a lot of regulatory affairs involved in this, right? We have to get the details from outside India. I mean, it's there will be a lot of consent involved in that. How do you plan to take it?
Yeah, that is a major concern, and that's the one that will take a lot of effort. So for that, we have to approach. We have to be transparent to all the regulatory bodies. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for negotiation. So if you get a approval first, and that's why I want to go gradually from district regulatory bodies, and through that I can plan my negotiation how I can do with the state level regulatories, and then in global scale, mostly global scale, it is watched by either CDC or WHO. So if my idea goes right, then those regulatory bodies also uh, will probably
Okay,
agree with me.
okay. Say you're asking my data, my
Yeah.
blood report to
Yes.
upload in this software.
Yeah.
Now convince me that I can do it.
Uh, I couldn't
Tell
get.
me why I should do it. Convince me that it is good for me.
Okay. Yeah. So the data that is stored in hospitals, like for example, if you have an appointment with other doctors in other hospitals, then that time you have to your data will be stored in this our database. So that database is always there, and so wherever you go, it's the same thing. So you don't have to always go, and this is all about skipping that bureaucratic process of the paperwork and everything. So you'll skip all that, so you can just directly go to the other hospital which you feel like that has a better treatment on your disease. Like if you get other disease, if you get new disease that has a, and that hospital has a better treatment than the other hospital, when you go there, all the data will be already in your database. So you can directly start with from there. From there on, you can directly start your treatment.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Rasik Krishna Kumar speaking.
Yes, sir.
I have few questions regarding this particular idea that you are
Yes.
projecting to us. The first thing is about the money that is required to execute this project,
Yeah.
and second thing, whom you are targeting. Is it the common public, or is it to what is the target audience of this particular?
Finances will be mostly going on building the server, global server, and uh, the artificial intelligence.
No, that I got it. I got it. But I'm talking about the timeline, and because it should reach the common man something like a product, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So to work it out, you need a budget.
Yes, sir.
So Do you have any idea on that about the? Uh, there are many other applications are available right now,
Yeah,
and uh, and we have the conventional mode of the taking treatment and getting advices. That's also there,
yeah.
and if you develop this kind of an application, what is the cost effectiveness, or how compared to the conventional method of approach? So whether it will be the cheaper to the person who is getting benefit from this?
Yeah, they will be getting a lot of benefits. First of all, they can browse through many options. So cheaper options also they can do, and better treatment option. So health is also important other than the cost.
Hmm.
So they will get a better health care because there is an interaction and platform for patient to interact, and they can get a lot of suggestion. So for that, in that case, patient will prefer better treatment. And
Okay. Is it for a particular segment of disease you are looking for, or is it for all the
it's
common?
for general. It's for any almost all of the lifestyle disease as well as infectious disease. Just generally, when administration part of hospital, this is mostly for administration part of your visit to the hospital and clinic.
So if you build this kind of an algorithm, then the human is not required to advise and suggest what that person is having. Is it something like that? Doctor is not
No,
required to
no,
prescribe.
doctor will be required. It just AI will give prognosis with deep learning or machine learning beforehand, but it will not give the diagnosis.
Oh,
Diagnosis will be given by doctors only, but it's so that doctors can have ease of and he can get the speed of the appointment time.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Rasik, I have a couple of questions. Yeah, first, the data that is available on the software, can it be accessed by anyone or only the hospital staff or the doctors?
Only patients and doctors. So
Okay,
patients will have all the it's protected by biometric from patient, like patient's fingerprint or eye, and the patient will have the card or the QR code. So only they are allowed to give the permission who will get the access. If the doctor wants access, he has to take the consent of the patient, and the patient will give the consent to the doctor if he or she wants to give.
okay. And to echo what Dr. Arshdeep asked, how do you look to finance your idea? I mean, like
Uh,
what kind of investment are you looking for?
what kind of investment? Maybe I don't get it.
How much money do you
Oh,
think would it take to, you know,
Hello.
start
since it's
or make a prototype or something like that?
Hello, ma'am. Yeah. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. Just for to remind that the each presentation is for 3 minutes plus 7 minutes. If we could
You crossed
restrict
the
that
time?
time,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
Not
okay.
it's. I know these are all genuine questions, but if we can restrict so that we can finish on time before 4:30. So yeah. So I think yes, we can proceed with this. And
Okay, okay.
I think Abigail will remind at like when the 7 minutes gets over, she'll just remind for that time is getting over, so that we can move on to next presentation. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you.
so.
Thank you, Rasik.
Thank you.
We will now move. Judges, please note, participant number 2 has not joined the meeting yet. So we move on to the third group, Akshay Davra and Vaibhav S. from first year MSc.
Yeah, good evening to all present here, to all the uh, senior staffs here. My name is Vaibhav, and this is Akshay, who is my team partner behind this idea. So the idea is functioning of mini Tesla coils using microbial fuel cell with bacteria, geobacter, sulfur reducents, and generation of wireless power. So, microbial fuel cells are in the recent trend because many magnetotactic bacteria and bacteria which generate protein cables where electricity can be transmitted have been found out. Many experimental data has been found that significant amount of voltage is released by these bacteria, and the main highlight of these bacteria is that they can survive prolonged starvation, and they can also grow under acetate limiting conditions. So by capitalizing this, our main goal is to use microbial fuel cells instead of batteries, because electronic wastes are getting generated on a daily basis, which is very huge. And here the substrate is very cheap. You can use sewage and sludge, which is almost available everywhere for the microbial fuel cell to function. And mini Tesla use it. Why Tesla coil is by using a mini Tesla coils, you can actually save a lot of copper wires or insulated wires which are connected using for normal appliances. For example, take your fan, or take a tube light, or yeah. So you can reduce a lot of wirings within your place by using mini Tesla coils. Uh, this is the basic circuit diagram of a mini Tesla coil, where you have two resistors, external resistors, and a transistor. This is used to amplify the current generated by the microbial fuel cell. And yeah, our aim is to create wireless power generation. Yeah, so that's the main idea here. Uh, Large mini Tesla coils also, they do not generate high radio frequency signals, which are they are not very harmful for us. So, and noise is also very minimal. Usually Tesla coils generate a huge amount of sound, but mini Tesla coils, the sound is also minimal. And so we can use it in our normal household items, like you can charge your phone, or you can light your tube light, and yeah, basic electrical appliances, not heavy appliances, basic electrical appliances. So this actually serves two purposes. One, you can you can treat sewage or wastewater. Another thing is simultaneously producing a wireless electric field or electric energy. This is our idea to set up. It's almost like a renewable power source. Thank you.
Judges, you may ask your questions.
Yes. Okay, what will be the range of voltage produced by the coils? So, experimental data has so it's almost around 0.5 to 0.6 voltages. So we need a bigger reactor. We need a bigger reactor. We need to, like, almost around 15 to 20 liters of the reactor must be prepared. That is, when it comes to the feasibility aspect, it is feasible, but it requires a lot of work. Um, yeah. So by that you can multiply the amount of voltages that is being produced. So the capacity, you need a bigger capacity.
Okay, this is under which category?
Hello, sir.
This is under which category?
Sorry, I can't understand your question, sir.
Your innovation is under which category? Which
It's actually it's biotechnology, but using power generation.
it comes under biotech, right?
Yeah, it's under biotech only. Yeah, I would use. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to answer Harshdeep ma'am's question. So, how will you scale up? Do you have experience in the technical aspects? As of now, no, ma'am. I need to gather more information because of the time constraints. But if I had more time, yes, I would be able to provide you with the necessary data.
Vaibhav,
Yes, sir.
it's a good idea.
Yes, sir.
And I have few questions. There are many patents regarding this geobacterium sulfur reducents used for the generation of the power.
Yes,
How are you going to deal with that? How are
sir.
you going to patent your product?
Sir, it depends upon the species, sir. Because Geobacter, there are several species. They would have got patent only on. You can't. This species is patented, but there are other species too which are capable of producing electricity. And I've not gone through the other species, but I would like to go through them, sir. So I would like to look into the other projects as well, which have been patented. So if I'm able to identify other strains of Geobacter which gives in more yield, then I have a better chance. And
Do you, do
yes,
you
sir.
think using new species or the technology which has more weightage with respect to your technology or the product?
Uh, Sir, I'm not sure about that, sir. That's just my assumption. But I'll be happy to look into that. And another information, apart from not only Geobacter, even Pseudomonas aeruginosa it can produce electricity, but since it is a very harmful pathogen, it cannot be used. Uh, and also there are other bacteria, which are Magnetospirillum magneticum, which is also capable of acting as a magnetic dipole, thereby including them into solenoids and creating a electromagnetic field. Yeah, so I have various ideas, but I'll definitely look into this, sir, regarding the patent of Geovector sulfur reducents.
Thank you.
Vaibhav Krishna Kumar speaking.
Yes, sir.
I have few queries. Where exactly this particular the wireless power generator you are planning to use it? Which segment you are planning to target? Who will be your prospective customers?
Sir, it's generally household appliances, sir. It cannot be used in a very large scale because uh, we use bigger Tesla coils. The electric field has high frequencies that has significant damage to our skin, and it is not good for humans. So the prospects of using mini Tesla coil is better when compared to a larger Tesla coil, because a larger Tesla coil uses kilowatts of powers, and generation of such a huge microbial fuel cell is not possible. So you can actually use, say, for example, take a small room, 15 by 15, and you have, say, uh, around four to, say, tube lights and one fan in a bedroom. So you can keep around two to three of these this setup, this microbial fuel cell coupled mini Tesla coil, and you can generate power. So it is on a very small scale, sir. It is only household, domestic.
So you mean to say the people who are exposed to the high frequency that's generated from the Tesla coil is having some kind of effect on a human being, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Not the mini Tesla coil, the original Tesla coil.
Okay. So
So
this.
that is why I chose a mini Tesla coil.
Okay. So here this is the current will be AC or DC current?
Sir, AC, sir, alternating current.
Alternating current. Okay. And once this fuel cell is prepared, what is the life of that cell? How frequently we need
Yes,
to
sir. One thing is based on the substrate, sir. Substrate is I've chosen sewage here, and another property of this bacteria is they can act. The bacteria film itself can act as an anode, so
Okay.
thereby acting as an electron donor. And rods can be used you can use carbon or graphite rods, or you can also use aluminium rods instead of copper rods. Copper is expensive, so using such rods, and yes, sir. And lifetime is As long as you keep the rods must be changed, sir. The rod must be changed frequently, say 6 to 7 months at least, because uh, but as long as you provide the sewage substrate, you can keep the bacteria in the logarithmic phase, sir. And
That
the other advantage is, yeah, as long as I told you in the beginning, it can survive and prolong starvation.
okay. So whether the electricity that is generated, it will be of a same strength throughout the microbial cell, or is there will be any fluctuation in the current that is generated as an output?
So far, experimental data detected that there are no significant fluctuations. Fluctuations are there, but they are not very significant, sir. The papers which I read, the current is smooth. The current generated by the microbial fuel cell is smooth. So yes, sir.
Okay. Is there any such products are available right now, or
No,
will be?
no, sir. It is just being in the experimentation phase because these microbial fuel cells are being studied extensively because there are various factors involved in the production of electricity and even the type of substrate that the bacteria majorly utilizes. That also plays a major role. So there are not a lot of papers that are being published about this microbial fuel cells, uh, especially in terms of electricity.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You have one last question. What would be the budget to start up this fuel cell?
Okay, so the budget is okay. The budget to start up this is, I would estimate around so it's around 2 to 2.5 lakhs because I need to create a microbial culture. I need a huge amount of microbial culture. I need a proper setup to prepare a culture. Then I need to get in rods. Then I need to get in sewage, though it's fine. Sewage, there's not a lot of cost involved, but there are travel costs also. Estimating around this, to start this up, I would need around 2.5 to 3 lakhs at most.
Vaibhav, one more last question from my side.
Yes, sir.
Krishna Kumar,
Yes, sir.
for what price you are going to launch this product to the market?
Sir, so mini Tesla coils are cheap. So by say a mini Tesla coil is usually they use for DIY projects, which is for kids. But if you double the size, the mini Tesla coil you can get one unit. You can get it in around say 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. And the microbial fuel cell that you're preparing, I would estimate it around. Uh, Again same around 1,500 to 2,000, sir. So but this is a one time investment because only after setting up this you just need to change the carbon rods, which are not very costly. So if you say, for example, you're setting two to three microbial fuel cell coupled mini Tesla coils in a room, so it would come around 25 to 30,000. But that's a one-time investment, so you can save on a lot of wirings, and as well as your substrate is also cheap. And say if the carbon rod is only getting changed for 6 to 7 months, or an aluminium rod, which is very cheap. So yeah, so the total setup will cost around I three microbial fuel cell coupled made Tesla coil will come around 30 to 35,000, sir. That's my cost pricing.
Thank you, Akshay and Vaibhav. We now move on to the team, Pranali and Annapurna from first year MSc.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Pranali Shirotul, and my partner name is Annapurna Pai. We are from MSc first year, Food Safety and Biotechnology, and we are presenting under the category of food technology and somewhat kind of nanotechnology also. Our topic is plant-based milk dessert. We know that in the market there are various products that are vegan, but in our topic is we are providing multi milk of product like soybean milk, pumpkin seed milk, oats milk, rice milk, and we are using cream of coconut cream. We are using coconut cream instead of the milk based cream. It is completely lactose free. This is the nutritional value is for about per 100 grams, and it is energy like amount of calories is pure than the milk based ice cream. And about the cost estimation, like for our per serving size at around 20 to 20 rupees, it is feasible in the market. And a purpose for the doing this plant based milk dessert is to provide an alternative for the people with suffering lactose intolerance, and also the gentle to environment. It is more it's contain fewer calories than milk based ice cream, and it is healthier cholesterol, like they're not having much saturated fats and all that.
So what we have come up with our project is that we have planned on multi-blend powdered ice cream because in market there are single based powdered ice creams, but here we are mixing like rice, oats, and we're coming up with the powdered ice creams. And also we had come up with an idea where antifreeze proteins taken from plants basically for maintaining the crystals, ice crystal structure, and for prevention of recrystallization of the ice. So basically, we have concentrated here for consumer benefits, giving an alternative for animal milk-based ice creams, and we have not added any nutritional additives here. So basically, we are concentrating here on ready-to-prepare instant mix.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judges, you may ask your questions.
Pranali,
Yes, ma'am.
what will be the shelf life of your dessert?
Right, ma'am, will
So, as I told, we are using antifreeze protein. If we incorporate this antifreeze protein, the shelf life we can increase it because we are maintaining the crystal structure of the ice cream. So, if we are not involving these antifreeze proteins, then the shelf life can be lower.
That's what I'm asking. For how many days?
Usually, we can keep it for around months together, like 6 months. But if we use this kind of proteins, then we can keep it for more than 6 months.
I need to ask Febby. Febby, is it true? Can we store it
No,
for 6 months?
no, ma'am. I'll clarify this. Is it an instant mix or is it a ready-to-eat ice cream? I think what the objective says
ma'am,
is ready-to-prepare
it's
instant
ready to
mix.
prepare like powdered form, ma'am.
Yeah. So if it is a powdered form, then I would want the shelf life to be longer
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
because you're not storing. And if it is an instant mix, uh, is it just for preventing recrystallization? Because if it is an instant mix, I would not want to prepare the ice cream and store it again.
We
So
are
why are you adding antifreeze proteins here?
there are actually no much papers on antifreeze protein. There's only few papers. We just came up with this innovation of whether we can actually add these proteins for the preparation of instant mix because there are no much papers on this.
Okay. One more question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you extracting milk from these ingredients and then
Ye-
drying it?
yes, ma'am.
Doctor,
Arshdeep Singh.
there's a question from Dr. Arshdeep Sidhu Nuksa. He has asked which antifreeze proteins you plan to use. Depending on the type of plants, an example I'll give, like winter ray, they have proteins, antifreeze proteins such as glucanases. They have been used for ice crystal protection and inhibition of recrystallization.
It is like a cryoprotectant.
Sorry?
It's not here.
Sorry, it's not audible. We can't hear now.
Yeah, Dr. Arshdeep mentioned that antifreeze proteins might actually prevent your product from freezing.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not completely freezing because now if we keep
It's
ice
only
cream,
protect the structure, ma'am, like texture of the product. It's
basically preventing the ice cream from forming ice
crystals.
from overfrosting and giving a smooth texture to the ice cream.
Maintaining that.
So you just don't want the crystals to be formed. You
Yes,
want
yeah.
some kind of stabilizer to be added rather
Yes.
than an anti-freezing protein.
Yes, ma'am.
And what criteria did you go through while choosing the ingredients? Why did you choose these ingredients
We
for
were
making
basically
your vegan milk dessert?
we were basically focusing on vegan, and as we like in market there
We
are
don't want to add any nutritional additives again in the product because the soybean and all that things are already have some nutritional benefits and they're locally available, easily available, and easily consumed by that's why.
Okay, so which are the ingredients from the list of ingredients that you're extracting milk from?
we are planning to use all the ingredients,
Soybean
not
milk,
together, but
pumpkin seeds, and rice, and most coconut also, and oats also. Because we are like some criteria like percentage of the milk like.
Okay, so you'll be extracting milk from soya bean, oats, rice, coconut.
Yeah, and in somewhat from pumpkin seeds because it's like so.
Can you extract milk from pumpkin seeds?
Yeah, ma'am, but we used in a
quantity
smaller
will be
quantity.
less.
Yeah, quantity will be less.
But the nutritional value will be more.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what is the normal cholesterol level? You have written healthier cholesterol level.
In ice cream, sir?
Yeah, the normal cholesterol level. You have written as healthier cholesterol level. What is that healthier cholesterol level? How do you get it?
In normal ice creams, there is a 44 mg.
So in yours, in your plant-based milk dessert?
Sir will practice on that. That will do like some healthier or like some less amount of cholesterol in our product. We'll try for that.
Is there cholesterol metabolism in plant kingdom? Cholesterol synthetic pathway?
So you had explained us in your class that it's not, cholesterol is not present in plant.
Good.
So maybe they want to include ingredients like oats that could help in cholesterol reduction. That is the purpose. Or maintaining healthier cholesterol levels in the individual because of consuming. But then again, the amount of fiber that would be consumed also will be less because they are extracting milk from oats. So the beta glucans and all, I don't know how much would be incorporated in the product.
Suppose I want to buy 100 grams of your product. What would be the cost? I'm asking about the powder, 100 grams.
100 grams. Here is mama amount for 68 grams, like 20 rupees for 68. So around 30 to 35 rupees will be cost for the 100 grams.
100 grams, 30 rupees. Is it?
We are planning to focus on lower cost rates.
Per serving, you say 15.31.
Yeah.
The total ingredients used.
That is total ingredients, na? Because of there are some utilities and like equipment costs. So it's 22 per serving size of 68. So we'll for 100 gram we'll take like 30
Uh, Hello, ma'am. Just to interrupt, Febe, ma'am, how we can improve this if this kind of products are there? So they have made something attempt.
I think it's
Oh,
a very good attempt, sir,
yeah,
especially like, for targeting lactose intolerant people, and the number is increasing even in our country. But I think they can work on the ingredients first, and they have to choose the right kind of ingredients that could, help with production or extraction of vegan milk, and then of course work on the processing, how they plan to convert it into an instant mix, and also look into the nutritional value that the product will offer. And along with replacement of milk and targeting the lactose intolerant people, maybe something else also, which ice creams, the nutrition value of ice cream is basically because of the calories, the sugar. So maybe something extra, some kind of fortification also can be looked into. But otherwise, I think the product is quite interesting, and they might have many takers
yeah, ma'am.
in the
Nice.
market.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, can we move on to next then?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next team is Vaishnavi and Tiana Fernandez.
I guess some of our judges would like to buy any of these products. They would like to interested in investing any of these products. So definitely.
Good afternoon to all. The given slide shows our product. So it is called a super scope. It is basically coming under biotechnology.
Uh, have you ever been in a situation where you're at a lab and you just can't seem to focus the microscope, and you have a pretty rude lab assistant with you, and they just don't help you that much. They leave you by yourself, and you're just left wondering, damn, I wish I had a microscope which could do the focusing for me. Well, with Superscope, we have it right here. So Superscope is a light microscope which does the focusing for you. Additionally, it also has uh, certain key features which could help you out with your procedures.
So the first and the foremost highlight of the super scope is the self-focusing feature, the auto-focusing, just like we get it in our smartphones. Similar to that, the objective lens is having the ability to focus the slides once we set it up on it. Other than that, we have also two, as you can see in the diagram, there are two stain tubes and one oil dropper. So usually what happens is that once we prepare a smear or any slide preparation we make, the colonies or whatever we have to observe, the cells which are there, will be actually of a good, we'll be getting a good stain specimen. But once we add oil to it, or once we keep it for bloating or air drying, what happens is that the entire texture and the the texture of the cells will be getting disrupted. In order to prevent that, we have added stain tubes which can automatically apply the stain on top of the slides. All these are made possible by the digital screen which can be seen at the base of the microscope. The digital screen is also having a lot of keys which are used to manage, and you can increase and decrease the stainings, the objectives, as well as the we can do all the basic controls using the digital screening. Another feature which we can do with the digital screening is we can increase and decrease the light intensity. The light source which is there usually will be taken up by the diaphragm, and that is how it will be usually managed. But here, using the digital screen, we can actually um, manage the intensity of the light that is falling on the slides, along with the stains which are required, or else there'll be overstaining or oil drop, which will be causing another full mess on the slides. In order to prevent that, we have also added such techniques.
The microscope is also equipped with a camera for high resolution digital images, as well as a photography and videography feature which can collect time lapse videos.
Usually, when we view any camera photos, obviously we'll be getting it for a long time use. Just like that, whatever we observe, the specimens, for example, there will be some motile bacteria as well. So, in order to observe the motility, we can also set the camera to video mode so that we can save the video for later use rather than spending time to use another camera to focus it on the microscope or eyepiece.
One of the features of this microscope is that not only does it work on electricity, but it also has, it works on a battery and also solar power.
Just in case if there is no electricity, and we also always face this issue because light microscope, the main thing what we require is electricity. So whenever there is power circuit or any cut in the electricity, we have to wait for a long time for it to reach back. So instead of that, we can either use a battery, or we can continue with adding a solar panel. You can see there are two USB ports. One is for the printer, obviously that should be connected so that the photos that are captured by the camera could be printed down. And there's a solar panel wire which can be again connected to the solar panel just in case if the electricity is not available. You can see the side drawer in which we can place the stains and immersion oil, which will be connected to the tubes. Those tubes will be bringing to the stain tubes, which can be seen on the stage. The oil dropper is connected near to the objective so that it can fall directly on the stain. And the grid ring, there's another special feature that is a grid ring. The grid ring is used to place a grid on top of the objective lens because it will make the colony counting more easy. Okay, there's a question. Is there any such products in the market? If yes, how is it different, and what technology will you be using to autofocus it? Actually, there are a few microscopes which are available right now, such as Nikon and Canon also have, especially Nikon. Nikon is Nikon has manufactured a microscope which can autofocus, but the thing that is different from this is we are also having additional features of staining, as well as we can also manage the intensity, light intensity as well, which is not actually provided by it, and also the camera inbuilt. All these are like additional features. We are taking all the posters from each and everything so that we can put it up into one single microscope.
There's another question asking about the cost.
Since it's a high-end microscope and it has a few certain key features, we've set a price at about 1.89 lakhs.
Okay, I have one question. I think your idea is really good that you are going to modify this. Of course, we have put extra features and all. But are you going to manufacture all the parts, or just you'll you'll give it to some company that who will give the basic microscope and then you'll modify, or like are you going to do any collaboration with the microscope companies to build this kind of?
Doing a collaboration would be a good option, but we are sticking on to manufacturing each and every part because it would be better for us, because the camera which we use should be compatible in every aspect to the microscope, and similar to the other features as well, such as even the printer and the solar panels which are given along with it also are preferably from our same company, because there are a lot of printers available which can be connected to the same USB wire. But the thing is, for better usage and for easiness, we are thinking of using each and every part from the same company itself rather than collecting from each and every part.
There's another question from
Harshdeep
Dr.
ma'am.
Harshdeep ma'am. Who are the target users?
It's first of all aimed at the PhD scholars and the MSc students, because we are more into the laboratory practices and experience, because in BSc, as we know, we just get the basics. So this is one chance where we can make use of such a sophisticated microscope, so that it will be giving us more better exposure to all these things. And even the PhD scholars also can save a lot of time by using such sophisticated microscopes. I think it will come really handy for them, because the man decreases the manpower itself is decreased up to 75%, because we don't have the requirement to focus or to count the individual cells in a very random manner, because the grid will be providing us the necessary columns and rows, so that we can count the colonies in a better way.
Vaishnavi and Tiana, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Okay, if we have a microscope in the microbiology lab, we will give one microscope to you to build this. What are the things that you're going to do?
To modify it?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, we have to modify it from the base, because what we get is a normal light microscope. We have to completely modify it and convert it into a super scope. So initially itself, we can start from the base, the basic things such as the containers which are there. So we have to change the base. We have to make a space for the container, so that you can place all the the basic stains and oil emulsion and all the containers there. So that is the first thing here. And also you have to convert it to a digital microscope, because this is a very plain light microscope that we have in our labs. So in order to convert into digital, obviously we require more from the electronics and the technology wise. So obviously we have to convert the base completely, and we have to make it a digital screen, so that by using the digital screen, we will be able to control the entire microscope.
If I am your investor, I will not agree to invest, because the cost at which you are selling will bring me loss. I have to invest at least 30 to 50 lakhs in this microscope, and you're selling it in 1.5 lakhs. I can't go for that loss.
I agree
Yes,
with
sir.
Dakshat, sir.
Yes, sir. Even we also thought about this. We know we are selling it at a cheap price, because first we want the consumer should be the people who the customers whoever are there, they should be first getting to know this product. We need their trust. So without trust, we don't believe in going any further for any investment or whatever be it. So first we are selling it at a low price, so that we have to see more and more customers to be happy about it. And only after we find that all of them, like, only after we get a positive result from everyone, will we be having the confidence to sell it to each and every people.
So, what is the actual price, actually cost of this microscope?
Sorry, sir.
What will be the actual cost? Because you are telling you will sell in like 1.9 lakh, which is
Yes,
not
so
the
that is
actual
the
cost.
starting price. Then after that, if see, obviously we'll be asking for the customer reviews, and soon as we get all those, we'll be remodifying it. We'll be making it a better one, so that it will be more than enough for one particular person to
And
lab.
and
Sorry.
and you are giving the in this my camera also, you are giving camera also there.
Yes, sir.
Well, what will be the cost of the camera? Normal
The
camera
camera alone.
alone.
Okay, now we are not thinking of selling it as a separate product, but
No. You have to purchase camera na to fit in this microscope. Correct na?
yes, sir.
So what is the estimated cost of camera individual, like single camera cost?
We are currently we have thought of the 28,000 camera.
But that is not a good camera.
Yeah, the resolution.
Then how? Like why I will go and purchase this microscope? Because you are telling about the PhDs and the research, and the quality of the microscope is not okay. Then it's just waste now. This is okay for BSc, but for research purpose and for the PhDs, I don't think so. If
I
there is
think,
no quality,
sir,
we have
I
to
think
buy.
Vaishnavi and Tiana, right? so you can more focus on the design part, okay, because right now you may not be knowing the actual cost and all other things. You can get a better design and focus on the quality, and then you can go for the price and looking into that part.
Yes,
If you
sure.
focus
To
on
be
this
very
thing,
honest,
yeah,
this is an overnight plan. So we
right,
had to come up
I
with something,
understand,
and
yeah.
so this is the first thing which came into our mind. So we thought of working on it. So I know this is a very
It's
basic
very
plan.
nice. It's very nice. I should
Thank you,
say
sir. Means a
that.
lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
idea is really good. Idea is really
Idea
good.
is really
So
good,
that
but you don't have to worry about the cost right now. You can focus on the this part, okay? Because there are
Yes,
other people in your company who will be taking care of that MBA and other who will be actually helping you, right? So
yes, sir.
yes. So I think it's very nice.
Sudarshan, can I ask her a last question?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Yeah, you said about staining part. So which stain you are targeting? There are so many different staining
Yes,
techniques.
ma'am. So as you can see in the container, there are around 6 columns which we can
No,
increase as.
agreed, agreed. What kind of staining do you want to perform? There are different staining techniques.
Yes, ma'am. So
So which do you want
for
to target?
example. So if we are doing ram staining or gypsum staining, whichever be it, we are actually the only thing we do here is collect the stain in the container and make it reach the slide in a very proper and even manner. So the other things like air drying and all should be done manually because the microscope has limitations. Obviously, it cannot do the entire things which a particular individual can do. That's why we're telling it's decreasing the manpower, not completely reducing it in a 90% or 100%.
But then it
So
will
suppose if
reduce
I
the.
were to be in an educational institution, definitely I would not prefer for my students.
Yeah, man, that's why I told it's for the people who actually know the basics of it, and now just they have to complete it. Sometimes the time we get to complete certain experiments would be less, even though we know the entire procedure. So just because of since we know the basics, it's actually I don't think so. Like we have to again start from the basics. Like we have to wait for it to stain by itself because we already are having the practice of it. So since we know about it, I don't think so. We have to waste time in staining it, putting the oil, which we can do.
Listen, staining is not just a waste of time. Okay, you have to develop the skills. Like how they will develop the skills then students if we are going all these automatic things.
So I personally believe once we reach master's level, we should be knowing the basics of staining and stuff. So we are pretty confident about staining procedures. So that's why I thought of including this.
So thank you. I think we can move on to because we don't have time, so we can discuss this later.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Our next team is Poonam, Vinod, and Megha Shetty. I request the participants to please restrict their presentation to 3 minutes so that the judges have enough time to discuss the idea with you.
Abigail,
Yes, sir.
what was the category of previous presentation?
It was biotechnology.
Okay.
Biotech and biotechnology is what they said.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. My name is Poonam Vinod, and with me is my teammate Megha Shetty. And for the pitch innovation competition, we will be presenting our product under the category of food technology. And the name of our product is plant-based chicken nuggets. So, firstly, I'd like to talk about a few of the current challenges faced in the industry through which our product will be posing solutions. So, as we all know, climate change is one of the most pressing concerns of our day, and the meat industry has a huge impact on the same. And there's also inefficient use of our natural resources, which goes into the meat industry, which can be directly consumed by the humans itself, which will be more efficient. And so the main reason why people are reluctant to switch to a plant-based diet is because of the sensory-related constraints. So they think that the taste and texture of meat products are unmatched. And there's also a lack of variety, as most of the plant-based products are based on soy protein, which is not accepted by all. And most of the plant protein sources are also incomplete protein sources. And since the plant-based industry is still growing, so the meat alternatives that are currently available, as we conducted a small market survey, so we've seen that most of them are very highly priced. So the solutions that our product provides is that, of course, it's environment friendly because it is vegan and plant based, and it also promotes a healthier lifestyle because there's a reduction in the occurrence of chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, etc. And coming to the sensory aspect, so our product is based on vital wheat gluten, and is known as seitan. So seitan was is actually also called as vegetarian white meat, and it's given this name because of its close similarity in taste and texture to the traditional white meat. And it also adds variety to the market. So since there are people who have soy allergies or certain conditions like thyroid in which soy is not recommended in the diet, so for these people, especially, it adds a variety to the plant-based alternative, and it's also a complete protein source. So wheat gluten in general would be incomplete because it lacks lysine, which is an essential amino acid. But we also incorporate chickpea flour into it, which is rich in lysine, so it makes it a complete protein source. And also to increase the bioavailability of the proteins, we could be using sprouted chickpea flour, which helps in increasing it. And it's also cost effective, as we know India is like the second largest producer of wheat, so it is easily available and accessible. And yeah, so it makes the product cost effective as well. Now coming to the product.
So our product is a plant-based chicken nuggets. It consists of vital wheat gluten and chickpea flour as a protein source, and also for the coating we are using oatmeal, and plus it's egg-free and soy-free. And for the packaging, we are making use of biodegradable packaging things with wherein we are using residues from plants like sugarcane and wheat. And our target consumers are vegans, vegetarians, and the people who are health conscious. Yeah. So
Poonam and Megha,
Sorry.
it's a nice idea. You say the target customers are vegans, let alone vegetarians. Do you think keeping the name chicken will attract them? Don't you think
No,
they'll run
sir.
away from the product?
Yes, I mean, the target is not only vegan vegetarian. It, as we have mentioned, it is open to all except those who, of course, have gluten sensitivity disorders. And the name is more like it firstly mentions plant based, and the chicken is just mainly to attract the non-vegetarians who are reluctant to choose plant-based nuggets, where if it's only like a veggie nugget or something, it wouldn't be as attractive. So we call it chicken nuggets because of its closeness in the taste and texture as well.
So it's a kind of meat analog or a meat
Yes, ma'am.
substitute.
An alternative meat, yes.
But can you use the term or word chicken in your product if it is doesn't contain any ingredient? Because it could be misleading too.
Yes, ma'am. No, we would actually. So we've made like a prototype logo for the product, which is called Wheat Foods, which shows like the transition from meat to wheat, and that would be the main logo for the product. But the term chicken, we would essentially use it in quotes because it isn't actually chicken.
Okay. So is your product fried or is it just
No,
coated
ma'am.
and
It is, yes.
frozen?
It's prepared and frozen.
Frozen. Okay. So and it will be packed and stored. It should be stored under what temperature? What is the recommended temperature that you're storing a product at?
Ideally, it should be around minus 18 degrees because it's frozen.
Okay. And the nutritional information that you've given, have you
Yes.
calculated this
Yes, ma'am.
per
We have
serving?
calculated it from the Indian food composition tables, and we've generated the nutritional label which can be used for the product.
Okay. Okay, so it's a good idea, and I'm happy that you're going for ingredients like sprouted chickpea flour and all. Can we do something to replace the wheat gluten in the sense, because there is so much of gluten sensitivity in Indian population too? So how about going for another ingredient which might give the same textural characteristics as your meat? Because anyways,
Yes,
I think it's going to be a restructured product. You'll be have working with the pieces from
yes,
vegan sources, and then binding it and then freezing it, right?
yes, ma'am, yes. So, the main intention of using gluten was to debunk the whole myth of gluten free being healthier, because studies have proven that people who do not have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity are shown to develop other nutritional deficiencies and other conditions like constipation due to lack of fiber in the diet, because they are consuming gluten free products unnecessarily. So, that's the main intention of using gluten, but also we could replace it by using another protein source such as pea protein, for example.
Okay. But you have a protein source, chickpea flour, right? Why don't you go for
Yes,
some other fruit, or sorry, not fruit, vegetable or cereal based source? Let's say jackfruit,
yes,
undried
ma'am,
jackfruit.
jackfruit also, because of the texture that it provides, so
Yeah,
that would
it is
also.
kind of similar to chicken, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, right.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. This is Krishna Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Nice concept,
Thank you, sir.
and I'm ready to invest for this particular product.
Thank you, sir.
And in order to market this, how much investment will cost for me to produce 1 kg? Because
Yes,
you
sir.
are you are planning to market it for 250 per kg, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How much I want to invest to make a 1 kg product?
Sir, so the 250 that we have calculated is based mainly on the ingredients alone, but along with packaging, but also since we're using biodegradable, eco-friendly packaging, so the packaging costs also come down. Maybe around 350 would be the production cost alone for the entire product, along with packaging and processing.
Okay, okay. And second thing, you
Yes.
told that this is an alternative option and to make an environmental friendly food production.
Yes.
How you are going to justify that? It's an eco-friendly practice.
Yes, sir. So actually, the meat industry, it contributes greatly to climate change, because a lot of the agricultural land is being converted to pastures for the animals to be for grazing, and developing the animal farm industries,
Mhm.
which leads to emission of a lot of greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, etc. So that further accelerates climate change. So, and also we will be more efficiently using the resources, because the resources, like it was proven that to produce 1 kg of chicken meat, around 3.5 kgs of plant.
Don't you think in another way? Because if this product is successful, and
Yes,
you need a raw material, and people will be going for an extensive farming of wheat and chickpeas, whether that won't affect our the environment, because the intensive farming requires a lot of inputs, maybe the fertilizers and other pesticides that will go into that.
yes, sir. But this is from the existing study results alone. Like India is already the second largest producer of wheat and pulses, as well as widely grown in India. So from the existing resources itself, we could be producing this product.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
Poonam and
you.
Megha. I think I am
Yes.
also going to invest. Okay, very nice.
Thank you so much.
We now move on to the next team, Shivakiran Alva and Mohammad Saif.
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes.
Good afternoon to the panelists and to everybody listening. Thank you so much for this opportunity to present our idea to you. I'll get right into it. So, over the past few decades, aquatic animals are steadily becoming popular model organisms in biology. They've been creating a growing need to establish aquatic facilities. However, a major challenge of maintaining aquatic facilities is animal feeding, which is both time and resource consuming. To put it into perspective, the time required to prepare and feed a 64-tank multi-linking system is a minimum of 40 minutes, with the time distribution being 10 minutes for the preparation of the food and 30 minutes for the delivery of the feed. We propose a fully automated daily feeding system called Aquachara that is cost efficient, easy to build, and has a user friendly interface. Aquachara provides a standardized amount of feed and can complete one feeding cycle in just 6 minutes. So, if I can turn your attention to the bar graph named feed time, as you can see, the manual feeding time shows up to 40 minutes, while Aquachara will take no more than 6 minutes. Right? So, the design is modular and can be scaled to different users' needs. We intend to present the solution as a subscription-based model with different brackets. The current subscription model includes three brackets, 8 tank, 16 tank, and 64 tank systems. The services provided will include a routine maintenance, consultancy, and a yearly subscription to the interface that will run Aquachara. And now I'll hand over the presentation to my colleague Seth, who will be presenting our marketing model.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone present here. So, as we saw that my friend Shiv Kiran has explained us the technical aspect of our of Aquachara. So now I would like to take it further for the financial aspect of this project. So as we can see in the table, when I have calculated all the production cost, the service charges, that is maintenance, and the collateral, which gives us the total manufacturing cost with respect to the number of tanks on a yearly subscription basis as an initial pitch. This is the initial, this is not finalized yet. So this can be customized to meet the requirements of the clients. For the table 2, we have in the table 2 we have provided the costing for which we will be making these services available to the market. You can see in the market price chart. So this and we have also provided you with the consumer's point of view. So like what costing they will be seeing in the subscription. So and we have also represented it with the help of a graph, like consumer cost graph you can see over here. So the first graph you can see it shows it represents 825 rupees per tank per month cost for a 8 tank system, and the third bar represents the 169 rupees per tank per cost for 64. So you can see that as the number of tanks increases, the rate of the per tank costing decreases considerably, and which makes it feasible for labs and industries. Thank you.
So we're looking for an initial investment of rupees of 50,000 that will cover both the manufacturing and the labor charges to build an 8 tank system prototype. Thank you. We'll be taking questions now.
Shiv Kiran,
Yes, ma'am.
are there any available feeding systems right now?
Currently in India, the only available feeding systems are conventional feeding systems, and they currently cost around 2.5 lakhs to feed 50 fish. So 50 fish should come up to around, I believe, 7 or 8 tanks. So that's 2.5 lakhs for 7 or 8 tanks. That is the current pricing, at least in India. Closest as far as I know.
Shivakiran, Krishna
Yes,
Kumar
sir.
speaking.
Yes, please.
Where you want to deploy this product? Is it for an aquarium, or is it for the large scale industries, or is it for the laboratories?
Okay, thank you for the questions. I'd like to address that. So we can set this up both for laboratories as well as for large scale industries. Considering the fact that this is a modular system, it can be adjusted and designed for the number of tanks that are required. Say, for example, I believe most zebrafish housing systems in small scale labs have around 60 to 80 tanks, and that is our highest subscription model. But of course, we can scale up to even higher models.
So what kind of feed it is going to distribute?
The feed is, if you can turn attention to the the flask, we can adjust it, according to the feed that is required. Say, for example, if it is live feed, we can add the live feed to the container. It will be mixed with water and put into the flask, and from the flask it will be transported to the other tanks. So the feed can be variable. It does not matter which feed it is.
So if it is in a pelleted feed, then how
Yes.
are you going to dispense them?
Yes. If it is a live feed, it can be added directly to the flask. But if it is a pellet, it can be stored in the container, and the container is attached to a servo, which rotates, and according to how it is designed, as in it is the code base will be designed in such a way that the feed is only delivered twice or thrice a day, depending on the user needs.
And what is the criteria for dispensing the amount of feed that is required?
So there's a proprietary code that will be uploaded to the Raspberry Pi model. So if you see on the left-hand side of the schematic, the Raspberry Pi will be coded with proprietary programming system. So we'll be, according to what is required by the client and how many times they required the feed to be done, and how much quantity they require, it will be inputted there, and then that will be automated. So, and of course, it can be changed at any time on request.
Shivkiran, you have mentioned the 33,650, 39,550. I mean, is it like you cannot round up, or is the actual cost which you are mentioning, production cost?
Excuse me, sir, I'm unable to hear you. Could you be a little louder, sir?
Hello, can you hear?
No, sir, it's still not audible.
Okay. So you have mentioned that
yes,
33,650, 39,550, all these
yes.
you cannot round up, or just you, is it actual cost exactly 39,550? All cost seems like you have actually calculated and put the cost.
Saif will answer that question for you, sir.
Yeah, sir. I have calculated each and every aspect of this project. So, like whatever is the price you are saying over there, that's already calculated with each and every. Like if you even require a nut bolt, so that is also considered in that.
Including
Like no
GST?
other cost will be there.
Including GST?
No, not including GST. Sir.
Okay.
Sudarshan, it's more or less like when we go to malls and buy any clothes, it's $399, $499.
Right, ma'am. Yeah. No, I think the concept is very nice. Okay, I agree, but the cost, I'm not sure that exactly you can think of this cost is, and the idea behind this is really good. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So definitely, I think the cost will decrease with this kind of systems. Yeah, and are you going to collaborate with anybody?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to collaborate with any industry also? Because this kind of materials, you have to electronic system, whatever systems you are building up here.
Yes.
So you are going to manufacture by yourself, or?
Yes, sir. Yes, they will be manufactured by ourselves. And right now, the schematic you're seeing is only for an 8-tank system, of course. We still have to plan a schematic to scale it up. But it's, of course, possible. It only includes addition of more servos and more motors, as well as more splitters.
Okay.
Shivkiran,
Yes, sir.
and Mohammed, I have a query.
Yeah.
It's definitely a feasible project. I see it can be done actually. And do you have any sensors for measuring if the fish is alive or dead? Because fish should not go waste if it's dead.
Right.
So, do you have any sensors in the tanks?
For this current schematic that we've planned, we've not included any sensors, but it's part of it's the future scope, sir. We intend to add sensors both for pH and conductivity, as well as to see if there's any movement. And also, this current system, there's no control over food distribution. Each tank gets the same amount of food. We intend to create another system where the food distribution is variable to each tank.
Good.
Any further questions?
Shivkiran, under which category you have presented this?
It would come under AI, sir, artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. Okay. Nice.
Nice.
Thank you, Shiva Kiran and Mohammed Saif.
Thank you to the panel.
We now move on to the next team, Saloni and Dinsi from first year MSc.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dinsi D'Souza. We are going to speak about MOS air filter.
Yeah, along with Saloni Rita Roch, we are from First MSc Biotechnology under the subtopic Global Elevation.
We would like to begin this presentation by reflecting upon how clean is the air we breathe.
Yeah, the air we breathe today is obviously contaminated, but here it is contaminated with particulate matter and also oxides of nitrogen.
And these particulate matters are usually of the size 2.5 micrometers.
So experimental and theoretical considerations today shows that greening measures helps us to reduce the concentration of air pollutants in the ambient air. In fact, raindrops stored in the ground and the leaves of the plant need energy to evaporate. This energy is withdrawn from the ambient air in the form of heat, which leads to the cooling effect. Therefore, vegetation, which also increases the well-being of urban residents, is an asset that should be definitely considered when dealing with quality of both air and life.
Air is an invisible killer. So for this purpose, a moss wall can be installed.
Yeah, why a moss wall? Because a mobile wall of moss measuring around 3.5 meters, around 3.8 yards, which can clean urban air as up to 275 trees. This moss wall will also help us to monitor the level of air quality and tell us how efficient the moss wall is. So what we are going to do, we are going to use cloned mosses, and also we'll be able to assess and monitor the environment of where it is being kept. So the methodology of the mosses are the selection of mosses, the area of study. After that, we will be cleaning the sample, drying of mosses, blending and preparation of transplanting and revitalizing treatment. So this moss plant also is an indoor and well as an outdoor air purifier. If you're talking about outdoor moss wall, we will be combining the moss with the air purifier. So it will be it will be an outdoor moss wall where we are going to be connecting it with the solar panels, which will take about 99% of less space and 5% of less cost when compared to the traditional air purifiers.
So why are we using mosses instead of some other plant? This is the main reason behind it is a natural air filter. So the bacteria living on the moss surface breaks the organic constituents and other particulates present in the air into fine nutrients which is later consumed by the moss as food or water. The mosses which are installed on the wall, they usually have large surface area that is 30 times larger than any other normal plant, and this surface is usually negatively charged that helps in electrostatic forces. So we would like to conclude it by saying we
that mosses are cheap and it's useful for estimating particulate matter when compared to traditional air purifiers. Also, it also helps, it can be used as a part of an interior for beautifying the room where it is kept. Thank you.
Judges, you may ask
Saloni,
Yes,
moss
ma'am.
walls are readily available. How different is your moss wall?
So we know that it is moss walls are readily available. So we are going to use clone mosses, and also we are going to install the moss walls, and also we will be as monitoring it a period of monthly, where we will be using traditional methods where we can assess and monitor and tell you what particulates and what pollutants it has absorbed, and so that we can also suggest you methods on how you can prevent it.
What kind of traditional methods do you employ?
We are going to first of all use a selection of mosses, maybe reindeer mosses or sheep mosses, and also we will be using like drying of mosses and blending and preparation of transplant and revitalizing treatments.
do we have any more questions?
Yes, ma'am, pardon?
Saloni, yeah. I think yeah. So your the idea is good. Okay. Of course, you have thought about it that how you're going to use these mosses for filtering air and all.
Yes, sir.
I think yes, you have idea. From this you can take it further, and by doing some more research and
Yes.
thinking about what kind of organic constituents, as you said, yeah, of course this can be implemented if you could do more research on this. So
Yes.
it's a very nice idea, and you're the one, you have to choose the right material also for that.
Yes.
So then what kind of product you are expecting in this kind of, like, from the moss? How exactly it looks like?
That's what we will be. Actually, we have has indoor mosses and actually an outdoor mosses. If I'm going for outdoor level of structure of what we're going to do, outdoor will be like we're combining the mosses with the air purifier. It will be of a larger scale, where we will, if we I have to explain it, it will be placed around the streets. Some place where there's a lot of heavy traffic area, where we can also install solar panels and air purifiers. Also, it will be taking less space when compared to the usual one what is there, which takes a lot of space. This can be easily placed in the streets where it can absorb. And also the mosses we'll be using will be cloned ones. If I'm going for indoor, it will be more of a simple thing, not such complex as the outdoor mosses. So what we expect is also it beautifies the interior of the room where we are placing it. Also, it is an efficient air purifier which is feasible, eco-friendly and cheaper.
Okay. So where do you think that your expertise comes in this case? Because you're going to you have expertise in you that in cloning process, or further you need to take it into a product level. You need some more other industries. You
No, no. If we are, so if I have to do it, so first of all, we will have to work on the cloning things. So we will have to go and assess the area where we are going to place it. So we are going to, based on the requirement, we'll be cloning our mosses based on that, and also how we are going to place it, and also we'll be monitoring it every once a month, where I will be taking a sample of this sample and of the mosses and doing the analysis, so that I can come back and come back and monitor and tell them that this is the particulates that we have been found in your environment, and how you could
How polluted the
the
air
area
is.
is, yeah, and how you could do
How you could provide a solution for
yeah,
that. You
provide
provide
solution.
solutions for it.
Okay. What kind of bacteria you're going to use for this reducing the emission because of organic constraints?
So we have thought of reindeer mosses or sheep mosses.
Hmm.
So those are the things we would be using, because those have a larger surface area when compared to others, and also easily available. Does
Okay.
not require more extra care.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We now move on to the next team, Navita Quadros and Melita Walder.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Good evening, one and all. I'm Melita, and my name is Navita. And I'd like to start by quoting by Seth Godin, who said, "Ideas die in secret. So if you keep your ideas in your head, it will just sit there dormant."
So most colleges have a heavy curriculum that the students have to follow. That is 8 hours per day of assignment, quizzes, exams, which leave little time to try out things that interest you. We believe that the conventional education system setup hinders out-of-box thinking.
So we were inspired by this competition and came up with this app called Pitch In, which allows you to find people and resources that you'll need to take your big ideas to the market while still in college or school. So it is a platform for students who want to get most of their studies. We are doing this by providing them with a flexible, well-designed workspace for learning, networking, and collaborating. So our idea is based on the constant lookout for students who look beyond college ecosystem and try to learn by building. So we can search for anything, anywhere, and be notified immediately if someone is searching for assets like yours. So, okay. AI is continuing to improve mobile apps by acting as a catalyst. It enables the evolution of mobile apps by transforming them into intelligent pieces of software capable of predicting user behavior and making decisions. So AI algorithm also enables mobile apps to learn from user-generated data. Okay, so it involves academia and to analyze the papers in real-world application through AI. We also provide a platform for organizing seminars, workshops, and also get together with scientists, venture capitalists, and marketing team so that they can collaborate. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Krishna Kumar speaking.
Yes, sir.
I'm not clear with the product or the idea that you are proposing.
So it's an app, sir. So it's basically a platform for everyone, like young entrepreneurs who want to pitch in their idea and they're looking for someone to invest in.
Okay. And how you are going to make revenue out of that, or if I buy this product, how I'm going to make revenue out of this product? I didn't get your business model. I'm not clear with your business model.
Okay, so we could collaborate with the government to expand our business actually.
Who would be your buyers?
Our buyers would be these tech companies and tech venture capitalists, or software developers and universities.
So what are the components actually of your app?
Sorry?
What are the components of your app?
Our app also has like it throws some kind of seminars and workshops. It's like a one site. It's one platform for everyone to join in. It's very convenient. Like LinkedIn has its job stuff, and there's another like it collects all the seminars or workshops. It's a site. It's an all-in-one site. Just particularly based on the target audience that is the students. So you present your ideas, and the AI will automatically tell you if it will work in the future or not, or if it has already been rejected or no. So it's basically an atlas for entrepreneurship.
Okay, but how?
It has a tool that allows you to know who views the documents, who are they forwarded to, or how long each page is viewed.
Okay, how you are going to develop this
We just
AI?
So this is an app, and if I want to use this application, I have to register myself
yes,
and pay
it's
the
like every other
subscription
application, like every
and
other.
listen, pay the subscription fee, and that subscription fee that you'll be using as your business model.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Like every other application, first you have to register yourself and create your profile. Create a profile, and so that other people can see it. So it's the target audience is students. So it's like an all-in-one application where you can find people who are interested in your idea. We put an idea, not the plan. Yeah. So the investors have to contact you through your profile, whatever you have created.
Not clear. Dots are not connected.
Dr. Sudarshan, can I come in?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Who are the presenters here? I think
Navita and Navita.
Navita, okay. Navita, if I have an idea, I would think of patenting it. I'll not put it up on a public platform like this. Why would I do that? if I have to get a revenue out of it, I would not share my idea. Don't you think so? Because there is so much of competition. There is so much of stealing of ideas. So by the time, why would I do that?
But here you'll be able to find the people and resources you need, like to take a big idea to the market.
First of all, I would patent it. The first thing that I would do, and then I'll go
There
from
is
there.
a non-disclosure agreement. So whoever signs in, they are responsible for what they are sharing.
No, I mean, but you are talking about, it is not responsible social media. You're talking about innovations and ideas. Obviously, the responsibility is one part, but here we are talking about sharing ideas with people in a common platform. I don't think that will, see, LinkedIn, you gave an example of LinkedIn, that is a different platform altogether. Over there, it is a dissemination of information. Here, definitely, you are not getting into philanthropy with your idea. If you are becoming an entrepreneur, you have to think about your business interests. Isn't it? I think you need to rethink on this. You need to rethink on this.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's not like a plan we came up with. We just came up with that like 2 hours ago.
No, the content, the intent is.
We would require a marketing team, obviously, right?
No, see, the intent is good. Perhaps you could tweak it a little bit, in the sense that maybe you can give some, information in bits and pieces. So, for example, somebody spoke. The presenters before you, someone spoke about moss as an air filter. Somebody spoke about vegetarian nuggets, of course, vegetarian chicken nuggets and things like that. So these are ideas which can come up. So you can tweak it in a sense. You can say that, okay, there is a problem, and this is the problem. If you have a solution, okay, think about it. Something like that. So I think that could serve as a better platform rather than sharing my idea on how I'm going to use AI for my, for my health card, or AI for my feeding my fish, or any other methods. Because the moment I put it out, even the patent office doesn't publish it for 12 months. So that's. I would not share my idea if I have to be, if I'm looking at it as a from an entrepreneur's perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, you got my point. So you need to tweak it a little bit. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Sudarshan, sorry for pitching in.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. So
it's quite apt. Actually, that app is called Pitch In. So I pitched in. Sorry about it. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Navita and Melissa.
Thank you for your report, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
We move on to our next team, Yusuf Afnan and Mohammed Sahad.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Yusuf.
Okay, the idea that we are going to present today is called Utter Efficiency Scheme. We know that utilization of energy efficiency products or applications is a way to protect our environment. As we don't have enough of these appliances, we introduce you to the Utter Efficiency Scheme. If thinking about changing the condition of the earth, this scheme is the right process. We are all now so concerned about the climate change and dangerous environmental changes due to the global warming. It may not affordable than the standard applications, but it is way more affordable as to protect our environment. I will say this is a great place to invest as it saves a lot of utility bills, improve resale value, lower running cost, and so on. It is a great treat to yourself to a new technology. By using energy efficiently, we can reduce greenhouse gases and other air pollutants and global warming. For example, if we are in a room with a lot of bulbs, I mean, if it is a hall, it must have a lot of light supplies through bulbs. The bulbs may not be LED. Only few in 10, I mean, 2 in 10 will be LED. The rest will be the standard bulbs. So in our scheme, the aim is to make every bulbs in the room should be LED in order to protect and turn all the transparent light. Team makes the principle to make the production in the world energy efficient. Focus to create new inventions, energy products, energy efficient taps with application of sensors. Thank you.
Hello, Yusuf. Hello. I think you're BSc first year, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, okay. What is this product is about?
This is not a product. We are actually, it is a scheme. It is an idea of the scheme.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, what do you want to convey actually in this?
We want to convey that the efficiency products, we have a lot of efficiency products. We all know it will really protect the environment, but it is still lacks. So we need to produce more. So as I said, in a room, there will be 2 LED bulbs. The rest will be the standard bulb. But our aim is to make the old bulb in the room must be an LED bulb, which means all productions in the world should be of completely efficiency, energy efficient.
Okay. Under which category this comes?
Global warming.
If there are no more questions, we will move on to the next participant. Judges, please note.
Hello, Yusuf.
Yes.
Can you simplify your product? We didn't get what's your product actually.
Actually, it is not a product, it is a scheme. We introduced a
Okay.
scheme, an idea of a scheme.
Okay, how you're going to market your scheme?
Okay, we are going to market as so the energy efficient products. Every energy efficient, whatever it is, fridge, refrigerator, whatever, with all 5 stars, which is really efficient in energy.
I got it, but how you're going to market your scheme?
So
And what's your business model? How you're going to generate revenue from this scheme?
Actually, this is just an idea. We just thought it would be not a product, and it's just we have to represent our idea, and we just represented it.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good, Yusuf, that you have initiated somewhere. You have participated in this kind of innovation related. I am sure that in future you will come up with the very good business models, and definitely something very good models you will show it next time. And yes, I appreciate your participation. Nice, nice. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Yusuf and Saad. Judges, please note our next participant, Musfira Sheikh, is not present in this meeting. So we have a final contestant, Leah Saji from second year BSc.
Uh, my name is Leah. My category is biotechnology. My idea is about growing plants in air. Since humans are conquered lands are used for agriculture purpose. More than that, it is used for building apartments, industries, etc. Hence, the unavailability of land has brought up me this
Your
idea.
slide is not, sorry for interrupting, your slide is not visible.
Sorry, I don't have slide.
Okay, go ahead.
To grow plants in air. Um, I'm taking here an example of epiphytes. Epiphytes grow on other plants. They have no attachment to ground, so they are called air plants. They absorb water and minerals from the atmosphere by trichomes present in the leaves. Trichomes are specialized structure on the leaves of air plants which trap moisture and dust particles, providing the plant water and nutrients. It is also pest resistant. Water is essential for plants. So to enhance the water retaining capacity, here I am isolating trichome producing genes in DNA and incorporating it into the plasmid of desired plants, that's non-epiphytic plants. I think this desirable plant may produce a trichome and can grow in air. Thank you.
Leah Shaji,
Yes.
it's a good try. You have some out of the box idea. But how do you intend to grow this, uh, you know, without a solid support?
By providing a mechanical support to the plant.
So you want to put this in buildings or something like that, or how you want to install it? Where you
So,
want to install it?
uh, house, industries, gardens.
Yeah, Leah Shaj, I think you joined in the end, right? I mean, your name was not there, and today I came to know. Yeah, I understand you have not you didn't get the time to prepare. uh, okay, and yeah, your idea is good. Okay, so keep thinking on that, how to build up from that. Okay, you need to think more on the feasibility of that, and how you can improve it, and you should have a business model to take it forward. And then you also should think about that, how you're going to sell it, what you are going to sell it. Okay, so and what are the outcomes, its applications. In that way, if you could propose the business model, and I think that will have a greater value. So I appreciate your effort, what you have put in the even in the last minute.
Okay.
And yes, you are in first BSc.
Second BSc.
Sorry, second BSc. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. So I'm sure that by when you come to the third BSc, you will be having greater, much greater ideas, and you'll show it as a slides, or and we'll give you more time to present that time. So it's very good for thinking process. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Leah, it's a good try. It's a good try, definitely. Just think on the way that where you can, make it household kind of business. It would be easy, like making it a kind of ornamental, this kind of business.
Okay.
These are like good for the in-house business. It's definitely a good idea.
Okay.
Keep building on it.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Leah. I now request Dr. Sudarshan Giri to propose the vote of thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Abigail. Yeah. So here we come to the end of our this pitch innovation program. I think this was a very nice platform which our student council which has provided, and I think all the members of student council they gave a lot of effort, and every moment they were monitoring all these the how the participants are going to present, and also the ideas from the students. We have collectively got the idea from the whole student council to what to do about it, how to do it exactly. And I understand that in because the time was little less, but I think that today, after seeing all the presentations, even in the last minute, they have done very well. I feel really, I feel very proud of all our students, and I would like to first start thanking the support from IAC, so from Sriniketan sir, who has instructed as well as, and he has given all the support to conduct this kind of meeting. And then of course all the members of the IACs, especially I have seen that Vivek Pai sir, I have been interacting with him, who's also gave some suggestions to do that. And then I would like to we are very grateful and thankful to our director Nirban sir, who's definitely, I would say that he has given us a lot of opportunity, this kind of opportunities, and he has given his nod to conduct these kind of activities, and much more in even in future also. He has suggested to conduct some of the innovation related guest talks and all. So I think every time he agrees for whatever we say. So that is, I think, that is a great encouragement for us to conduct as well as. And this is the first program which we are conducting for the students, and these students have come up with definitely very good plans and innovations. And here I'd like to thank our student council members, especially starting from Akshat sir recently joined, and he has also supported us directly or indirectly. Then Smita madam, I think since till yesterday that there were a number of participants were very less, because maybe there are that students were not aware of that what we are going to do. Of course, we going to look into this, and because of the Smita ma'am, who inspired the students, and now we could see at least almost 7 groups from one class only. So that's a great thing. MSc first years who actively participated in this competition, and after that, even the first and second BSc also, they have also participated, and all other people who have also are seeing that, and they started giving their names even in the last minute also. So, and we have agreed it, and all this because of our student council members. I would like to call their names, starting from our MC, then Miss Abigail, then Anis, who's handling. You can see that all the students are logging in through her computer there. Then Mr. Ratan, who has been also helping in various processes. Rashmi, then Miss Pallavi, who designed the, actually, if you might have seen the design which has been sent to your WhatsApp group. That was a very nice design, designed by Pallavi. Then Pratista, then Sheikh, who's been monitoring here that whether the products, the innovations are original or not, and he is informing us and all the effort. We should appreciate all this. Then all other members who are indirectly, they could not be able to be here, and they have supported. And yeah, so I would like to also thankful to the attendees, participants. We can see Vinod Dharana sir, and I think Dr. Raghav Sharma sir, who personally requested me that to attend this talk. He's from Chema. I don't know much about the sir, but when he said that he would like to attend it, and yeah, so he has come here, and he's been watching. And also all the faculties of our Nuxer, who's been always, like, they helped us in conducting these programs. Um uh, Thanks to one and all. I think if any suggestions are from the faculties, or faculties, either Nuxer or outsiders, are very welcome. Yeah, that's I think I would like to thank all the people. Yes. So I think we can switch on our video and just to have a screenshot of that. So can we switch on our video, please? Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I would also like to thank Sudarshan sir for supporting us throughout this process. And we will end the meeting now. Thank you all.